Welcome to Chapter 1, Lesson 6. Now we're going to look at individuals and variables of various types. So, example 1. The census at school is an international project that collects data about primary and secondary school students using surveys. Hundreds of thousands of students from Australia, Canada, Ireland, Japan, New Zealand, South Africa, South Korea, and the United Kingdom and the United States have all taken part in the project. Data from the surveys are available publicly online. Your book's authors used the site's random data selector to choose 10 Canadian students who completed the survey in a recent year. Here's the data in a table. So we need to identify the individuals in this data set and then identify each variable. Remember to classify each variable as either quantitative or categorical. So part of why I read all of that was because you don't necessarily always get the individuals in your charts. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you get them on the left side, but the province, Saskatchewan is not male and Ontario is not female, especially when we say that Ontario is also male. So that means that the left column is definitely not our individuals. What did we gather data on, though? Or who did we gather data on? What is our noun that we have data about? We have 10 Canadian students who completed the survey, the Census at School survey. So that is going to be our set of individuals. Remember, individuals are just whatever we have data about, not necessarily people, but they are this time. Not just 10 students, they were specifically Canadian students. Who recently took the Census at School survey. As nice and specific as we can get without putting in too many extra details. So next we need to identify the variables and then classify them as either quantitative, meaning can be measured in numbers that it makes sense to do math with, or categorical. So all of these across the top. The province you live in, or that these kids live in, their gender, number of languages spoken, whether they're left or right-handed, their height, wrist circumference, and preferred set of communication, all of those are the variables. So let's go through them one at a time. The province you live in is not a number. That's like saying that the state you live in, so that is categorical. Gender does not make sense to add or subtract or multiply or divide, so that's also categorical. Also, we don't describe gender with numbers. Number of languages spoken, well, that is numbers. And if you speak 3 languages and you learn another language, then now you learn 4 languages, or you speak 4 languages, so that one is actually quantitative. It does make sense to add to that. Left or right-handedness. Again, it doesn't make any sense to have a lefty minus a righty equals ambidextrous. No, that doesn't make sense. It's categorical. But your height, measured in centimeters, if we were to let you grow a little bit, you would get taller. So that is quantitative, as is your wrist circumference. Which is also millimeters. And your preferred method of communication, those are in-person, Facebook, cell phone, text messaging, etc. That sounds like categorical descriptive data. That's example 1.